Hi there, my name is Wycliffe Barrett and I'm controller on VATSIM UK, normally the Cardiff area as you can see here. And something that I and a fellow controller supervisor have noticed is that some people, when flying into the area, are not responding to contact me's messages that we send to you as a pilot. Now, this is meant to be helpful. It's not in no way critical. This video is meant to be helpful, and quite simply, we think that the majority of people who are having this problem are those people who are using Xsquawkbox. Now, in Xsquawkbox, you get no notifications that somebody is trying to contact you. So if I, as a controller, try to contact you as a pilot, you're not going to know that in Xsquawkbox because there is no notification sound. If you're using Xpilot, then that isn't a problem. In Xpilot, not only will you get a sound, but also I think you get a text message appearing somewhere as well. So this isn't about Xpilot, this is Xsquawkbox. And the issue is if you do not respond to a controller or a supervisor, they don't know what's happening. A supervisor may be called, and if a supervisor sends you messages, contact me, and you don't respond to them, there is a possibility that you could be disconnected from the network, at which point you'll be very upset and not know why you've been disconnected from the network. So there is a plugin that you can get for Xsquawkbox that actually produces a sound when a message comes in. Okay, and so I'm going to put a link up here so that you can see this. He says inadvertently turning everything else off. So I'm going to put the link in. If you just bear with me a second, there it is on screen. It's the top link, that one there. Okay, Xsquawkbox message sound. If you get that application, that plugin, and put it in to your plugins folder, I believe, then when a supervisor sends you a contact me, you'll hear a sound. If I, as an ATC controller, contact you, you'll hear a sound, and you'll know that somebody is trying to contact you. Okay. Now, another thing that we've noticed is that sometimes, especially for new pilots, they may receive a contact me and then they disconnect. And the supervisors, it often happens with supervisors that supervisors will send a contact me and the pilot will disconnect immediately. There is no need to disconnect. In fact, if a supervisor sends you a contact me message, do not disconnect. Do not panic. They are there trying to help. Okay, so they're not there to shout at you or tell you off or anything like that. Supervisors have two roles. Their main role is to possibly help, and that is help pilots and also help controllers. And they will disconnect people, but only if they're unattended for longer than 30 minutes or they haven't responded to ATC. Okay, but the main point is do not panic. Okay, do not disconnect. They and ATC will try and help as best they can. If I send you a contact me, it's the same principle. Don't panic. Don't disconnect. It's my job to help you complete your flight, whether it's to the airport, to the ground, or to transit through the area. Okay. Now, on top of all of that, it is actually, and it says this in the VATSIM documentation for pilots, it is the pilot's responsibility to check for and contact ATC. When first you appear on the ground, you're requesting a clearance, you must check to see if there's ATC about, whether that be a ground, tower or radar controller. And you must also, it's also your responsibility to contact ATC when you're entering their airspace. Okay, so on many occasions, and I hope you can see my mouse highlighted here, on many occasions I will have pilots coming in, say from the north, and they do not contact me. And if I'm busy, if I'm dealing with VFR traffic here, and if I'm dealing with traffic at Bristol, I may see the pilot late before I send to contact me. So it is always the responsibility of the pilot to check where ATC is and to contact them. And there is a really handy tool, which is VATSpy, which will help you do that. So we've placed two tools here. VATSpy, so you can check where ATC is online, and so that therefore you can contact them, as it is your responsibility to do so. And also the Xsquawkbox message sound is the link is there for those of you using Xsquawkbox. If you're using Xpilot, it's not an issue because you will get a sound. But also, pilots who are using Xpilot, it is still your responsibility also to contact ATC as you come into the sector or as you first come on ground and you're going to request clearance. Always check if ATC is about. And that's it. I hope you found this video useful. If you need any more information, then there are supervisors, ATC about online when you're flying online who can help. Okay, we'll see you soon. Cheerio.